Welcome to PTI. I'm Ethan George, here with two very passionate basketball fans, Isaac Zimmerman and Ishan Parikh. We're talking about the NBA Finals. Isaac, how can your Mavericks win the NBA Finals?
Well, I think it's pretty simple. When we have the best player in the league in Luka Doncic and the backcourt that they have with Kyrie Irving, I think that's what we need, and if we can get them hitting threes, and then we have the big men in the paint, Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford, who have been outstanding this playoffs and all season long. I think if they can get the rebounds, and Luka and Kyrie can hit the threes, along with the defense from Derrick Jones Jr. and PJ Washington, I think it's over for Boston.
Ishan?
I think this is going to be a pretty easy Boston in 5. You got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who are one of the best duos in the league. You got clearly the best starting 5 in the league. And the Celtics swept the Mavs in dominating fashion in those 2 games, shooting tremendously. And you got Jrue Holiday, who's also a 40% shooter. And also not to mention, Gafford's been iffy, Kyrie's been iffy, Luka's been hurt, Lively's also been hurt, and honestly, they've rushed his recovery. Kleba's also been hurt. And Porzingis, sure, he's the only one who's really hurt in this, and he is coming back with an extra week. So I think the Celtics are going to take this pretty easily.
I want to point out what you said about they rushed Lively's recovery. He did not miss a single field goal in that Western Conference Finals. And I think that whenever him and Gafford just hitting all the layups that they can and just all the finishes that they can get with Luka's alley-oops especially, I think it's over for Boston. Along with, I think PJ Washington is our X factor because he will turn it, even if he doesn't have a good game, if he turns it on late, then it will go on a run and it'll just be over for Boston.
PJ Washington, he only really turned it on late in Game 6 against OKC. He was honestly pretty lackluster in the 5-game series against T-Wolves. And with Horford going down to the bench, this adds way more depth than the Mavs do. They have Derek White, who's probably the best 6th man in the league, as well as Al Horford coming back. Payton Pritchard's a 40% shooter, as well as Sam Hauser.
I also want to point out the Mavs also they dominated the Western Conference with great teams. The Clippers, the Thunder, and the Timberwolves, who knocked off the defending champs, and we only beat them in 5. While the Celtics are over here, they played an injured Heat team without Jimmy Butler. Then they went on the Cavs and played them without Donovan Mitchell. And then to finish it off, they played the Pacers, who had also had an easy path due to injuries, without their star player, Tyrese Halliburton. And so obviously the Celtics were going to sweep there. The Mavs have played a healthy teams with great players the whole way through.
How is it the Celtics' fault that they played bad teams? They can only control what's in front of them.
It's not their fault, but I'm just saying if they have not had the competition like the Mavs have, then that's the problem. With the Mavs playing up against a great Celtics team, while the Celtics are also playing against a great Mavs team with their stars. The Celtics have not played a great team with their stars for the whole series.
The Celtics, they don't need to prove anything in the playoffs. Like, everyone knew that they're going to the finals, especially with Giannis getting hurt in Milwaukee. The only real competition was the Knicks, but then, they got hurt. The East was not the greatest. But this is a 75-win team so far, including the playoffs. They don't need to prove anything to them based on their schedule. So I think the Celtics, easy.
All right, these guys could argue for days and still not come anywhere near an agreement. I'm Ethan George, here with Isaac Zimmerman and Ishan Parikh. We'll be back right after a commercial break.